was so much Eddie Guerrero in him Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's gonna make people start to wonder even more.
Here we go. What's up, folks? Happy New Year to everybody on YouTube and Twitch.
Merry Christmas.
Hold on. You think it's on?
I hear it now.
There it goes.
There it goes. Yeah, Merry Yearmas.
This thing. It's just. I'll try it. There we go.
Check.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, that works.
Either something wrong with that mic or something wrong with that input. I gotta figure that out.
Oh, probably
Anyways.
just between microphone and chair.
Stu Myrick. Justin is doing play-by-play somewhere, and I gotta look again. He's got a double header tonight to cover.
Wow.
Sure. So since Fight Night's taking the week, they're taking an extended vacation.
Yeah.
Figure Eddie Cross could sit in for me for a segment.
Actually, we can let you behind the stage a little bit. We're gonna record this week for next week because Jordan's gonna be out of town. But we're just gonna kind of recap the year and do our award show and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Cool.
That means I gotta
Well, and normally when you guys take the week off, we would do a double show or 2 hours or whatever.
And Lord knows there's enough.
Right now, right now there really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's coming out of the holidays and there isn't a lot to. I mean, there's some stuff. There's enough to fill our usual hour, but
doing
stretching
2 hours.
it 2 hours.
That'd be a stretch. Yeah.
I mean, now next week might be it'll be different because we will have had Wrestle Kingdom, which starts in like 5 hours in Tokyo. And
You're gonna be up for every hour of it.
No,
you're gonna take a nap after this.
No, I am not. No, I'm not. I used to stay up and watch it.
Yeah.
But no, that's just too much.
No, I used to do that with the Ryzen Federation cards. They have usually have a big New Year's Eve show.
Yeah.
But man, just the timing of it.
It's it's just and the Wrestle Kingdom cards are long.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I said, it's gonna start at 12:30 a.m. Central.
Okay.
And they will finish up probably around 6:30 tomorrow morning. Because they got the pre-show, and they've got, let's see, they've got one, I think it's 9 matches? 10 matches, 8 of them title matches.
Sheesh.
You have 2 multi-person matches. You got the Antonio Inoki Memorial 6-man tag with Nagata, Kojima, and Makabe taking on Tatsumi Fujinami. That blows me away. But I guess if Ric Flair can get in the ring, I guess Fujinami can. Along with the Murder Grandpa Minoru Suzuki in Tiger Mask. So you got that one, and then you've got Keiji Muto's final match in New Japan, where he is going to team up with Shota Umino, or as John Moxley calls him, Shooter, and Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Ace, to face LIJ's Naito, Sonata, and Bushi. So that'll be a fun one.
And those matches are going to go like half an hour each.
Easily.
So that's what, 4 hours at least for those?
Well, and like I said, the rest of the matches are title matches. I mean, you got the World Heavyweight title with White and Okada. You got the U.S. Heavyweight title with Ospreay and Omega. That'll be a good 30, 40-minute match. Yeah. You've got the Junior Heavyweight title. You've got the Never Openweight title with Carl Anderson, of WWE.
Oh yeah, and Tama Tonga, that's a good one.
Yeah, fulfilling his commitments against Tomatonga. You've got Ren Narita and Zack Sabre Jr. to crown a new NJPW World TV Champion because they need more titles in New Japan.
Right.
Plus, you got FTR defending their IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Plus, you got TJP and Akira defending the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. So, yeah, it's going to be busy. Oh, by the way, you've got Kairi, the former Kairi Sane from WWE, who is the current IWGP Women's World Champion. She's going to defend that title against, who was it? Tom Nakano. And the talk around the campfire is we will see a certain
Monet Banks, a certain Mercedes Monet.
Mercedes Varnado, the former Sasha Banks, who apparently she is free and clear of WWE. It's done. She's in Japan. And apparently Naomi's there and Bailey to kind of lend support. Now they're not going to appear,
right?
Bailey's still with WWE, and there is. I heard Brian Alvarez from Wrestling Observer Live saying that there is a pretty good shot Naomi's going to return to WWE.
It would make sense.
So we'll see.
And they're still waiting for that female member in the bloodline.
Well,
I'm like,
go.
Come on.
Yeah.
Stop talking about the Rock's kid. She's not ready.
So yeah, it's gonna be a long card, So in the way tonight's gonna work, we're gonna do the first segment of the radio show. The second segment is in the can. Earlier today, I had a great conversation with AEW President and CEO Tony Khan.
Oh wow!
They're debuting a new look this week. For Dynamite and Rampage. Plus, they've got a live Rampage and Battle of the Belts 5 coming up Friday night on TNT. We chatted about the new look, chatted a little bit about Ricky Starks. His star's been rising so much. And, of course, we're very familiar with Ricky here in the Austin area. So that one's in the can. And then the third segment I'm going to record tomorrow morning to recap Wrestle Kingdom 17, the first supercard of 2023.
Now, did you ask Tony Khan why Ruby Soho always just gets jobbed out? She gets to the.
I know.
I
was noticing that last week too, or was it last week or week before? She and it was her and Willow Nightingale against Anna Jay and Ty Mello, and it feels like Ruby Soho has not gotten a win in months.
Well, she used to always get to the title shot, but always lose the title.
Yeah.
Like when they had the Owen tournament, she got to the finals, but got jobbed out again.
Yeah.
How's that working out for us?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she went there and she got WWE'd.
She did. It's weird. It's really weird. I mean, I'm hoping they set her up. Hopefully this will lead to something good, but I don't know. It's just so weird. So
yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about what's happened in WWE over the last week. What's happened in AEW over the last week. We'll talk a little bit about that and kind of just have a little fun with that as we've got NXT, Dijak taking on Stax.
Oh, by the way, next time you talk to Tony Khan, tell him that not every match requires a commercial break. Okay?
But that's what they do. I mean, they do it in WWE.
And that's why I can't watch everything live.
I know.
I have to give it an hour so I can fast forward through something.
I agree.
Because a lot of these matches have 2 commercial breaks.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
They do.
You do not. Not everyone is worth that. I know people got to get their ring time in.
Yeah.
This ain't practice hour. Okay, tell the story. Get on to the next guy.
Yeah.
They can have so much going on. But the pace of the shows is so slow these days.
And they've got so many people that aren't even on TV. Where's Bureau?
Because there's no time. Because every match.
Well, that and the roster
breaks.
is pretty bloated right now. So they got so many folks
on their roster. You would think that would lead them to try to get more people in, which means, hey, maybe we should take 5 minutes off this match. Take 5 minutes off this match. Now you got an extra 15 for another match,
Yeah.
But Come on.
So anyway,
That's why I don't go to shows.
we'll talk.
Takes
Yeah,
forever.
that's. I mean, I don't go to WWE TV if they're in Austin. I only go to AEW if I'm going to go if I get to go backstage and say hi to some folks.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're long. I mean, some of them can be interesting. I mean, the Elite and Death Triangle, that was fun last Wednesday. So,
But I definitely fast forwarded through the first 20 minutes
yeah,
because I know they're just going to be. It's just going to be a half hour of acrobatics.
yeah,
And I hate saying that because I know these guys are putting so much into it.
yeah.
I'm like, I've only got so much time, man. I'm getting old. I got to sleep at some point.
I know. All right, so we're gonna kick it off. First segment, and here we go.
This is WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, and you're listening to Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. Remember, if you're going to do it with Flair. Woo!
When they're not covering the sports world, they're talking about the world of professional wrestling.
It's Sports Guys Talking Wrestling.
Now, here's Stu Myrick.
It is Sports Guys Talking Wrestling on the Horn. Stu Myrick. Justin Smash Simmons has play-by-play duties tonight. So, since they are taking the week off, I decided to bring in from Fight Night, the one, the only, Eddie Cross. Eddie,
Howdy, Stu.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bud.
How are you, man?
I am actually pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was a decent New Year. Good Christmas. Spent New Year's out in the country partying with
Yeah,
some
so
friends.
we both our shows took last week off.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all are taking this week off, so we're on. And so yeah, it feels like, just kind of.
It's been forever since I've been in front of a microphone. It feels like.
I know. I'm there with you.
See if I can remember how to do this.
Before we get started, we want to send all of our thoughts and prayers to the family of DeMar Hamlin.
Oh my God.
The Bills' safety, Buffalo Bills' safety. You saw it on Monday Night Football. He makes the tackle on Ty Higgins in the Bengals, stands up, and then immediately collapses. It turns out he went into cardiac arrest. He is currently in critical condition, sedated at a hospital in Cincinnati, and it has shook the football world for sure.
Yeah.
They postponed the game. They were in the, I think they were like,
I think it was the first quarter. Like
yeah,
5
it was
minutes
like
left.
6 minutes left in the first quarter. So, it's we just we want him to recover and get back to what he loves. The fact that he collapsed and they were performing CPR on him and we kept hearing for many minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as in the athletic training staffs, the medical personnel, they were trying to keep him alive.
Yeah.
And you saw the members of both teams just, in tears. They just couldn't believe what they were seeing. And so, yeah, it was just a hard night. And so, again, all the positive thoughts and best wishes to DeMar Hamlin and his family, and hope he recovers and everything. Did you see he has a GoFundMe? It
Like
was
a
for a
toy
toy
drive, right?
for a daycare center in a suburb of Pittsburgh, and his goal was $2,500.
Mm-hmm.
I checked it this afternoon, and it now has, I think, something around $4.5 million.
It's funny. Last I had heard it was at 3.5, so it's got another million
Yeah.
since then today.
Yeah. So, and Chris Jericho has donated. Look, as dastardly of a character as he plays on TV,
He's a wizard.
and I've been lucky enough to talk to Chris Jericho backstage at AEW. you can't find a nicer guy. You can't find a more decent guy. He and I chatted for quite a bit about being in our 50s and stuff, and he really is just a fantastic human, and you see that just donating to that GoFundMe. So again, all the best to Damar Hamlin and the Bills community and the NFL community. So
yeah, Buffalo's had a rough year, man.
Yeah, they really have. So let's see. So it's been a couple of weeks since we have been around. We did have a live SmackDown last Friday night, their last show of 2022.
I can't tell you how many times in the last couple of weeks I've fought the urge to text you and Justin about something on a show that was ticking me off.
Well, it was fun. Let's start with this. So you had the SmackDown Women's title being defended, Ronda Rousey.
That's exactly where I wanted to start.
Raquel Rodriguez, and it was a good match. It was decent. But they were working the arm injury angle on Raquel. Eventually, Ronda Rousey gets Raquel to tap, and so she's successful in her defense. And then all of a sudden, music hits, and for the first time since I think
June?
at least before SummerSlam, Charlotte Flair comes out. She makes her return, goes to the ring, tells Ronda Rousey she wants a title shot now, not at SummerSlam,
not at the Rumble.
not at Royal Rumble. She wants it now. And you see Shayna Baszler trying to tell Ronda, no, let's wait. Let's wait. You just had a match. Ronda is hearing nothing of it. She's ready. She says, let's go. Kick, roll up, and Charlotte Flair is now the new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah, I got so many problems with this.
I don't know how I feel about it. It felt very rushed. It also felt like it was kind of like, Charlotte comes back and we're just going to put the title back on her. I was like,
is it contractual?
I didn't get that. It's you
could have built this up to the pay-per-view or premium live event. So not only do you
make it at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, not only do you miss that opportunity, but you just did this to Bobby Lashley. Yeah. Almost the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Like, is Vince running the show again? What?
I don't know. It was just so weird. Plus now,
almost as bad as Kofi.
The other question is, okay, now what happens with Ronda Rousey?
Right.
Is this her way of going off TV for a little bit? Is she going to go back and play with her baby?
And if you're going to do that, why didn't you have like an injury angle? Maybe Charlotte comes back and in revenge she injures Ronda, in return, and then she can go back. And now, you built up Charlotte more than just a fluky pin with a roll-up and a handful of tights.
Yeah. I mean, it was just...
Unless it's some way to get Shayna over to the way that she was in NXT when she was a monster heel. But how do you do that?
But even then, that's... That could be done without costing Ronda the title.
Yeah. And it could have been like a turn with them. There's so many different ways this could have gone.
Yeah, it was just so weird.
I mean, gotta hope that there's a bigger thing, something bigger at play here. But
on top of that, you had Charlotte's coming out to a huge cheer. Fans are happy to see her, so I guess she's at least at the moment a babyface again.
Right. Well, Ronda was heel.
She's had almost as many turns as the Big Show. I saw. So if you don't see it, if you love goofy stuff, AEW, RJ City does this little YouTube series. He calls it Hey EW, HEYEW, and he talks to different AEW stars. So the one that was posted Sunday was the New Year one, where he was in a bed in a hotel room with Paul White, the former Big Show.
Wow. No more
BS.
BS.
No more BS. And they mentioned something to the effect of Paul White mentioned something like he had 51 different turns or something like that, which that doesn't surprise me in a bit.
Is that going back to WCW?
I would say it's probably just WWE.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm sure this sets up different rivalries on SmackDown, what have you. So,
but any way that they do it, it could have been done so much better.
Yeah, it could have been.
I'm first time in a while I've been disappointed with Triple H.
He's had a few slip ups here and there. Yeah. One thing he didn't slip up, the main event for SmackDown, John Cena makes his return so he can have his one match in 2022. So he can say he's had a match in WWE every year since 2002. So,
but then he didn't even get the pin.
He got and I think he took like, if you want to count him getting knocked off the apron, a bump, he took one bump. I mean, it was a tag match, him and Kevin Owens taking on Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. And the story of the match was
John Cena's ball spot.
That and John Cena wanting Kevin to tag him in. He wanted the hot tag and everything, and he keeps yelling at him. And eventually gets tagged in. He does his his greatest hits. And so it was fun for what it was.
Yeah.
Good to see John Cena back on SmackDown.
20 years straight, man.
Yeah.
That
crazy.
makes me feel so old.
Crazy. If you believe the talk around the campfire, right now again we're 3 months away, but the rumor has John Cena facing Logan Paul at WrestleMania, which that could be interesting.
Wow.
Now, we'll have to see how Logan Paul's recovery from, he had a torn ACL and MCL, right?
Yeah, that seems a bit rushed.
So it does seem a bit rushed, but we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, I know he's got nothing else to do, but
yeah,
it's a knee, man.
We also had a development. Now, look, I like look, Bray Wyatt, I know there are those that are fans of his. It is a vast majority. I'm not. It's fine. I'm actually a bigger fan of LA Knight. I will do me some LA Knight every day and twice on Sundays.
Dummy, yeah. Let me talk to you.
So we have this segment where Bray Wyatt comes out. He attacked a cameraman, I think, the week before. Mm-hmm. Comes out to try
somehow doesn't get suspended.
No. Comes out, tries to apologize. Here comes LA Knight. Again.
Let me talk to you.
And wants to hear nothing of it. And then here comes Uncle Howdy, which we don't know who's under the Uncle Howdy mask.
Right.
We've heard all the rumors. Could be Bo Dallas. Could be Vincent.
Yeah.
The former Vinny Marseglia from Ring of Honor. Whatever.
It could not be Uncle Howdy and be what I think I've seen called Uncle Harper. So it could be a secondary guy.
I don't know.
It's all over the place.
Anyway.
I just wish they'd move it along a little quicker.
Yeah, you had basically Uncle Howdy hits Sister Abigail on Bray Wyatt and exits the ring. And apparently we now have Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a Mountain Dew pitch black match coming up January 28th at the Royal Rumble in San Antonio.
I'm assuming that's just like a lights out match.
Well, but okay, you can't call it a lights out match because lights out match is the unsanctioned match.
Right.
They would always do it at the end of the show. Ring announcer would say, "This is the official end of the show." Turn out the lights, turn back on. Okay, this match is unsanctioned. Now it could be.
Haven't they done it before? Where it's just kind of dim.
They did a blindfold match. It was Jake Roberts and Rick Martel.
I remember that.
Way back in the day. I guess it could be that. I don't know. We haven't heard word one about what this pitch black match is. But leave it to WWE to grab that sponsorship dollar.
Yeah.
I'm
going to go out on a limb and guess it's some kind of cinematic match that they're going to do outdoors.
Now, the bigger question, are you going to drink some Mountain Dew Pitch Black?
It's got a little too much sugar for me.
Yeah,
but I think the Pitch Black flavor is grape.
I might have a
maybe.
sip of it, but I can't drink. Yeah, it just tears me up. So, switch gears to Raw. Speaking of Bray Wyatt, oh good God, Alexa Bliss,
man,
and Justin keeps saying, "Oh no, we need all this stuff," and I'm going, "No, we don't." I've been saying forever, I want Alexa Bliss to go back to, the 5 Feet of Fury. That Alexa Bliss that was winning Raw women's titles, SmackDown women's titles, not the one we saw where she was, aligned with Bray Wyatt and doing the whole, whatever.
Yeah, I'm kind of in between because when she was the 5 Feet of Fury, I didn't find her believable. It's like when Rey Mysterio.
I did it because it was much easier. It was just she thought she was better than everybody.
Well, when Rey Mysterio was the world champion, I'm like, come on, man. He's 5'7". He's beating guys that are like 6'7". It's hard for me to believe.
I know.
And when she's like literally 5 feet tall, beating someone like say Charlotte, I'm like,
I get that.
Come on,
I get that.
So I needed something in between to give her a little better character.
Well, so the last
make her a little more dastardly.
So the last couple of weeks, we've had these hints about how Bray Wyatt still has some sort of influence. Whenever they flash the little moth symbol thingy, she flips out, and sure enough, so she's wrestling Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. They're going back and forth. They're outside the ring. Alexa turns, and there's a fan, quote unquote, with an Uncle Howdy mask. And all of a sudden, she's not just, she's losing it.
Yeah, can we talk about how the security guard almost ruined it?
Yeah. Yes. And then she goes to another
like,
part.
of the
There's
show,
another fan wearing a Uncle Howdy mask.
Yeah.
And she's like, and he goes in the ring, and then the Bray Wyatt moth thing flashes, and all of a sudden she goes after the ref, starts beating up the ref, and then beats up Bianca and all this. I mean, it's like, come on.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to see her go full on like Julia Hart and join the Bray Wyatt 6 or whatever they're going to do with it. But seeing her like fighting off the demons might become kind of interesting if they do it correctly.
I guess.
But just having her just like, just lose her mind and go back into the doll caressing weirdo doesn't work for me.
Now, one thing that I would love to see, and they're hinting at it. So they have this backstage segment, Damage Control's walking to the ring. If you're looking carefully,
I was looking
over the shoulders, Adam Pearce talking to MVP Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander.
It's one of those times I wanted to text you guys.
Could we see the return of the Hurt Business?
We better, because Vince screwed them over so badly, man. And if you do it with just those two and Omos, so if you want Bobby Lashley to be on his own as a face or whatever he's going to be, fine.
Yeah.
But Cedric and Shelton deserved better. They had a great faction, and all of a sudden, at the flip of a switch, Vince decides to break them up.
Yeah.
Made no sense whatsoever.
Well,
I was actually about to buy a Hurt Business shirt.
I know. I hope it happens. I hope it happens. So we shall see. And then I think the Emmys are usually like in September.
That sounds about right.
September or so.
Oscars.
They need to consider giving an Emmy to Dominic Mysterio.
Dude.
The thing with him, quote, serving hard time, prison changes a man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's fantastic. In its absurdity.
The little vignettes at Ray's home and his grandparents' home.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were that great, except for the mommy hit mommy part.
But
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
and then, mommy, call Priest, call Finn, tell him get me out.
Yeah.
I won't last in jail.
His turn Monday night.
Oh my God.
That was some of the best promo work seen.
So good.
The most unexpectedly good promo work I've seen in a long time. There was so much Eddie Guerrero in there that people are really going to start thinking that he might not actually be Ray's kid.
Yeah, I know.
It was just a joke before,
fantastic.
but the mullet, the 5 o'clock shadow, that promo, I'm like, dude.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah,
Absolute
it really
chef's
was.
kiss. Oh, it's so good. I mean, we got to see more. I mean, eventually, somewhere down the road, we will have him and Ray reuniting. And that's going to be just the app. But right now, oh, my God, he's just so
Dude,
good.
I want to see him and Ray face off.
I
reuniting.
suspect
Let that
that
happen
probably
later.
be at WrestleMania.
That would be
I
great.
suspect. They got to fill 2 nights, so
Very
we'll
true.
see. Switching gears to AEW real quick. The Elite defeated Death Triangle in the Falls Count Anywhere match. That was a lot of fun. Great match. They started back in the locker room area, and then they fought all the way into the ring and outside the ring and all that good stuff. So
Got us to where we
So
finally
we-
knew we were going to be.
we are tied up 3-3. So match 7, winner becomes the World Trios champions. Will take place January 11th when AEW returns to the Kia Forum in LA, Inglewood. It will be a Escalera de la Muerte match.
Ladder of Death.
Ladder of Death, yeah. Ladder of Death match. Ladder match.
Let
And
me
they've
tell
done
you-
this before. In fact, it was Bucks did it. Well, it wasn't called Escalera de la Muerte. It was what'd they call it? The back in Ring of Honor. It was like triple threat tag match. It was them, the Addiction, and Briscoes maybe.
Oof.
And it was just out of this world, crazy,
Yeah, let me
so
tell you,
much.
this is one that I won't be fast forwarding through.
No, absolutely not. Well, and on the same side, Penta and Phoenix did this with Santana Ortiz in Impact. Oh, so
LAX.
oh man, so good. So yeah, we'll see that January 11th. Of course, we're not going to see it on this week's Dynamite because Kenny Omega is in Tokyo, Japan, getting ready for Wrestle Kingdom, which starts. We're taping this on Tuesday
So
night.
about 4 hours now.
It's about 4.5 hours from right now. So, let's see elsewhere. Swerve Strickland has gone full heel. He has formed Mogul Affiliates.
The worst faction I've ever seen in my life.
Well, first of all, he got Parker Boudreaux, who is part of the Trustbusters. Okay, fine. We haven't seen him much outside of Dark Elevation. Mm-hmm. But then they bring in this other guy.
They still haven't given a name.
Nobody knows who he is unless you. Now, I think it was Fightful that reported it, Sean Ross Sapp or whatever. His name is actually Grandin Getzman. He was a former minor league left fielder. In fact, spent a little time with the Corpus Christi Hooks,
That's a big dude to
the
be
Double A
left
affiliate
outfielder.
for the Rangers.
He looks more like a
Or
first
the Astros,
baseman.
excuse me. Well, anyway, that's
Whataburger
that's
Field.
what they had
Love
him. Yeah, that's what they had him listed as. Apparently, he's been training at Jay Lethal's wrestling school.
Okay. And getting lots more tattoos on his face.
Oh man, whoo, that's yeah.
That's
So
one
anyway,
of the scariest looking dudes I've ever seen. I'll give him that.
yeah, they did the whole crush the cinder block on Keith Lee.
That was a cool spot.
It was interesting.
It made me wonder
Cool.
if Keith Lee was going to be sticking with AEW.
Oh, I was
I was like, where's his contract?
Yeah,
Let me
he's
see.
gonna be there.
Yeah.
so,
That was another time I started to text you guys.
yeah.
But this faction, there's nothing binding them together that makes you realize why they're together.
Nah, there's nothing. There's nothing.
They're, I hate to say it, but no names
Yeah,
and a horrible name.
yeah. I don't get it. It's
The best thing about this whole thing was Rick Ross dropping an MF bomb on live TV. That was the best thing about it.
yeah.
Okay, that and the cinder block. Okay.
Yeah. So, by the way, this week, of course, Dynamite is in Seattle. They make their AEW's debuting in Seattle. Rampage and Battle of the Belts 5 will be live from Portland this Friday night on TNT. They do have a match on Battle of the Belts 5 already booked. Orange Cassidy will defend the Atlantic Championship against Kip Sabian. So I'm sure we will hear more matches. If you're listening to us on the horn, we have already heard more matches.
Yeah.
So
That should actually be a pretty good one, though. That by itself sells me on Battle of the Belts.
Yeah.
You put Orange Cassidy in anything, I'm watching.
So anyway, there you go.
Yeah. Samoa Joe and Wardlow.
Yeah, cut off his top knot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ooh. I don't know what
Samoa Joe does. I mean, as much as hardcores love him, Samoa Joe still doesn't get what he deserves.
You're right. He is something else. But at the final battle of the post event media scrum, he wanted all of us that were sitting there to address him as like the king of television, your Majesty.
Your Highness. Yeah.
It was fantastic. So, Eddie, thanks so much for sitting in.
Hey, my
Tell everybody
pleasure,
how
man.
they can find you.
You can find me at Eddie Experience, 1 E in the middle. You can find the show at Fight Night ATX everywhere. We're going to try and post more often. Jordan gets lazy, but I try to hold it up for us.
And, of course, Fight Night precedes Sports Guys Talking Wrestling, usually Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central on the Horn. So, when I come back from the break, AEW, as I mentioned, making their debut in Seattle. They're also debuting a new look. And you'll get to hear all about it in my conversation with AEW President and CEO Tony Khan. That's coming up next on Sports Guys Talking Wrestling on the Horn. All right.
On the Horn.
Meanwhile, we got,
Dude.
Ela Dawn and Elbow Fire.
Dude, I'm gonna miss just hearing her say Monday.
Monday.
I cannot get that out of my head. Just the way that she
Manderos.
said Monday. You think you're getting away from me Monday? Oh, I've seen plenty of Mandy.
Mandy, apparently the former Mandy Rose, apparently is making more money on her, whatever it's called, fans something account.
Yeah.
On her fans something page than she did in WWE.
Yeah. She bought herself a Rolls Royce.
Hey, more power to her, I guess. So,
I mean, I still hope she goes back to wrestling because she was really finding her niche. I mean, you spend like almost a year and a half.
I got a
champion.
feeling she will. It's gonna take a little bit,
And you know what? Not AEW though. They're not doing things well enough there.
I don't want her to get signed with AEW. Go to Impact.
I wouldn't mind Japan. Although they might mess up her face too much.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say. I'd say maybe Impact.
Yeah.
Have her join the Knockouts division. Hopefully next week.
They do a much better job of booking.
Yeah. Speaking of Impact, they've got a pay-per-view next. Is it Saturday?
Or do they? I haven't watched in a couple
next
weeks.
Saturday. Hard to Kill in, I think it's Atlanta. And there is Jordan Grace is going to defend the Knockouts world title against Mickie James.
Oh, yeah.
Title versus career. Mickie James has already said, her next loss is her last match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping, cross my fingers, to talk to Mickie James, and hopefully you will hear that next week on the show. Let's see.
It's like as much as I like her performing, it seems like going out to Jordan would be apropos. But I think it would be better if she actually won it and they had to have a rematch at some point a few months down the line.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. I mean, Mickey's been at this for a while, and I know she is busy with all sorts of stuff. I know at one time she wanted to concentrate more on her music career. So I don't know. I don't really have a good feeling one way or the other.
Yeah,
on which way I'll go.
It's not like it's a WWE type travel schedule,
No, it's not.
They tape several shows at one time, then you get like weeks off.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm efforting Mickie James. Hopefully I'll get to talk to her, and if I do, you'll hear that next week on the show. What else? We are getting closer to Royal Rumble. Are you in on the
pool?
The pool?
I'm in.
Okay. I was thinking about that the other night. I don't know why, but Be time to do the pool again.
The
horn roar. It's you and Jordan, me and Justin, Chad Hastings from Chad and Zay, and then Patrick Davis from Instant Serious.
Yeah. And I hate to tie these two together, but I had a lot. I think the game Monday night ending cost me like $90 in my fantasy league championship. So first place was like 140, second place was 90 or 50.
I saw something. Our friends.
So I'm going to use that.
Our friends at Bet Online had a deal. That they were going to, I guess, refund folks that had bet on that game because of what happened. There's so much, like I said, so much going on. Like I said, AEW's got the new look. In fact, they released the video, their intro.
Oh, did they?
It was on Twitter. It uses the same music, but it is a little bit of a different look. We'll see what the set looks like, the stage, and all the good stuff.
I'm hoping they didn't change it just to have a change, and it's actually better.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a problem with the old one. I like the old one.
I can tell you the interview with Tony Khan is actually posted. You can get it. Go to our if you go to hornfm.com, go to our page, and then click on archives or something like that. You can see it there, and it's available on your favorite podcast provider. It's even up as a YouTube video. So you can actually hear the interview. It was good. It's always good to talk to Tony. Tony's good to talk to. He's a promoter, so he's going to promote always. But it was good to talk to him. I did get an update. If you recall, last month the media conference call leading to Ring of Honor Final Battle, he talked about his mother had suffered a stroke leading into the holidays, and he had to deal a lot with getting her taken care of, in the medical side, and then with family and all that good stuff. So I did ask him about that. He said that she is doing much better now, and so they had a good holiday. So anyway, you can hear the interview. Just go to your favorite podcast provider, Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. It should be the latest thing posted, at least until I get the podcast posted, which podcast won't be posted till tomorrow morning.
Right.
As I mentioned, the third segment for the radio show will be taped tomorrow morning, so that I can recap what happens at Wrestle Kingdom, which starts in 4 hours.
You say, what time are you getting up?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm get up at my normal time,
Which is what?
like 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not even. I'm actually working from home tomorrow,
And it might be over by then.
It'll probably be over by then.
Yeah.
I think it'll be over by then. So, and it's. I got a feeling Jay White is losing the world title. I think they want Okada back as their top champion.
Yeah.
Because I get the feeling that they're going to re-bolster their efforts to reach out to, globally, especially here in the United States. So I got a feeling Okada will win. I don't know if Omega wins the U.S. title or not. He was the first champion.
I remember
when they came out with that championship. He won that title. He was the first champion. There was Will Ospreay cut a fire promo.
Really?
During their press conference, which would have been today, leading into Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, he was lit against Kenny. So
wow.
It was interesting.
I just hope that whatever happens, Kenny takes it a little easy, stays away from the flippy stuff. We just got him back.
I know.
It's just in one piece. And literally
they got to do the Escalera de la Muerte match next week in Los Angeles.
And that suspension that they had after he came back really was the only reason that we're seeing him now without all the tape all over him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, we just put Humpty Dumpty back together.
Let's
take it easy.
Right.
Let's do some Steve Austin. Just keep it ground and pound, all right?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Oh, we not to mention, as we talked about earlier, Mercedes Varnado, the former Sasha Banks, supposed to be at Wrestle Kingdom. We'll see if she shows up.
That would be pretty cool. Just want to see what her name actually is now.
And oh, by the way, so Saraya, the former Paige, has a match for AEW in Los Angeles against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and the AEW Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter.
Mm-hmm.
And they've told Saraya to find a partner.
Oh, yeah.
I won't say overriding rumor right now, but it's definitely, I think there are a few more that are reporting it than are saying that it could, in fact, be Mercedes Varnado. I don't see it. But here's the kicker. If it isn't her, it's got to be somebody like really well known.
That was my question: is who could the secondary person be?
That's the thing. I don't know.
What's Nia Jax doing?
You know, that I guess that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Is Thunder Rosa healthy enough to get back in the ring?
If anyone should know, Stu, you should be telling us.
I'll be honest.
Text her.
I don't know. I'm not going to text. Thunder Rosa's busy probably training at the dog pound. So, I don't know if it's going to be Thunder Rosa.
Chelsea Green. Didn't her
no,
contract
actually,
expire?
allegedly, she's on her way to WWE.
On her way, but is she there yet?
And I like Chelsea. I think Chelsea's fantastic.
I heard she might be a good replacement for
I don't know if she's that big.
I don't think she is either.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Is this
like
before or after Hard to Kill?
What? What are you talking about?
The Forum.
Forum is before.
Okay, so no surprise, Mickey James. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, who else could it be?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Anyone recently retired? Aside from Jazz, but that's not that big.
Well, Mandy Rose. But again, I don't think it's her. So.
Yeah. She probably has does she have a 3-month non-compete?
I would think she does.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see.
NWA, I love it when we don't know.
I know, and that makes it fun.
Yeah.
So I get that. NWA sent a press release. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was in regards to.
Yeah, what's her name?
Here we go. What's her name?
She was the NWA champion. Brickhouse.
Camille?
Yeah, where's Camille?
She's still the women's world.
Is she? Oh.
Yeah. She's still with the NWA.
Oh, so it was just what's his name that left? Her husband?
Nick.
Yeah.
Aldis. Yes. No.
Or,
that's not her. That's
not her
James's
husband. Yeah, her
Let's not get.
There's all these relationships again. There's too many wrestling shows, man. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
Nick Aldis leaves the
who she's
week
managing.
I had him on the show.
Yeah.
So, National Wrestling Alliance is making bold changes this year.
Really? So
we are proud to announce that starting immediately, NWA Power will return as first-run programming on the NWA YouTube channel Tuesday nights, 6:05 p.m. Eastern, and NWA USA will remain airing at noon Eastern on Saturdays on the NWA YouTube channel.
What? Not
so they were
12:05?
doing. Yeah, what they were doing was they wanted you to pay for. They wanted you to pay to get those. And whether they just weren't getting a lot of subscriptions or whatever, and they were getting it through Fight as well, Fight TV. But they're now saying okay, on second thought, it's going to be back to free on YouTube.
These aren't the days of the original TNA.
Well,
you can't do that weekly pay-per-view thing.
Well,
There's too much out there.
when they started off NWA Power on YouTube, it was gaining traction.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, with Nick as the world champion. You had Tim Storm there, and you had the Pope and all these different folks. And they got then COVID hit, shut them down. So when they came back, they decided, well, let's make some money off of it. Well, I guess they're not making. Maybe they make more money if it's free.
Sell some advertising.
Hire
better salespeople. That's what I tell the radio station, but they don't listen to me either.
I know. So anyway, so NWA Power will be back to being free on YouTube. They said starting immediately. So
Smart
I guess
move.
maybe it was this week. I don't know. So
Where's
we were talking earlier about what MLW?
Go ahead and finish your thought.
No, I was just going to say we were talking earlier about Ruby Soho losing quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else has lost quite a bit?
Who's that?
J.D. McDonough, the former Jordan Devlin on NXT.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the last time he won a match. And they put him up like he's some huge star.
Yeah, immediately gets a title shot.
But he loses. He's lost a lot. And speaking of which, that's Javier Bernard. That's Big Body Javi.
Big Body Javi.
So I'm going, why? I don't get it. So
yeah,
I don't know. You were going to ask me about MLW.
Yeah, how are they doing these days? I haven't watched them.
I guess they're fine. I'll be honest. I haven't. I know Hammerstone's still the world champion. Taya Valkyrie is the.
Oh, okay.
She has a title. I forget what they call it.
They give her a men's title.
Women's flyweight title or something like that. I don't know.
She get a flyweight.
I'll be honest. I haven't kept up with them like I should. I know the Von Erichs are still there. Ross and Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think they are. I was thinking about them the other day. And Kevin. So
yeah. Still say that.
I guess when we had the Tales from the Territories, they had the show on World Class, and Kevin was on there with Brian Diaz, who looks great, by the way.
Still say we need to find Michael Hayes' kids, see if they wrestle. Get new Freebirds, new Von Erichs.
Well, Miranda Gordy.
Yeah.
Bam Bam's
his daughter. Yeah. What's their faction?
She's wrestling.
She's in a faction with I forget the name of it.
And I was at it was VIP wrestling, so shout out Lamont Williams. VIP wrestling ran a show. This was 4 years ago in Denton, and it was Miranda Gordy managing a couple guys against Ross and Marshall. Oh my God. You would have thought we were back in the 80s. And
yeah.
By the way, this, Christmas, about a week and a half ago, was the 40th anniversary of the night that rivalry started.
Wow.
Do you know what started it?
The cage match, wasn't it?
Kerry versus Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Michael Hayes is in the cage.
He was
like an enforcer
ref or something. Yeah. Okay.
He's trying to get Kerry to take shortcuts. Kerry didn't want to do it. Hayes gets frustrated, decides to start, getting out of the cage. Steps to the edge. Flair shoves Kerry into Hayes. Bam Bam slams the cage door on Kerry.
Yeah, I heard that was a pretty stiff shot too.
Oh yeah, everything was stiff.
Yeah.
Man. And there you go. And there began
the greatest rivalry.
I mean,
don't even say one of the greatest.
It carried on so long.
Yeah.
to this day. Like I said, that card, the VIP card.
Yeah.
So,
You know what?
fantastic.
I'm all for at this point just making up some kids and pretending that they're related to.
No, we
to
don't
Michael
need.
Hayes.
We don't need to do another Lance Von Erich.
No. Just have Michael Hayes manage a couple guys and call them the new Freebirds.
So MJF got cast in this. They're doing a movie on the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
And MJF
Who's he
has been
supposed
cast.
to be?
He's going to be Lance. I was like, oh, dear Lord.
Oh, my God. Why is that perfect?
That's fantastic.
Oh.
I mean, he'll do a fine job and everything.
Yeah.
And,
As the guy
and
that
I'll be
everyone loves to hate.
and God rest his soul. I don't blame Lance. I don't blame Kevin. I blame Fritz.
Yeah.
He was the one that decided to set this up. And the fans just would not. They said no.
Yeah. It's like they knew too much about those kids and his family already.
Yeah.
If there was a Lance, they would have known.
And Fritz had to come back like, a
Look at
month
that
or two later. And wait, Freebirds?
Does that say Bad Street down there? Yes, it does.
I think
Atlanta,
it does.
yeah. I think there are some Freebirds t-shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Sweet.
I came close to buying one a while back.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bad Street, Atlanta, you said?
love
Atlanta,
yeah. Freebirds or Kiana James.
Not just a burrito place.
I know.
You know, these two, kind of liking those two.
Briggs and Jensen.
No. Kiana and Fallon.
Fallon Henry.
Fallon Henley.
Hanley, excuse me.
And that's a much better mullet than Quinn Ewers.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Nice and curly.
Yeah.
Dude, Andre Chase.
He's
I love it.
Some of the funny stuff, I tell you.
Never seen a guy rustling a sweater before.
NXT is started to hit its stride. How much NXT do you watch?
Every week, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked Justin about this a couple weeks ago. Give me your thoughts on Booker T doing commentary.
It was kind of rough at first, but I think he's smoothing into it.
There are times when he is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But there are also times when it's mind-numbing gibberish.
Yeah.
And he goes into these fits, for lack of a better word. And I love Booker T to death. But there are times I feel for Vic sitting by him going, what in the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, he's got to learn that sometimes less is more.
Nuts.
And like I said, I think just like the performers,
Yeah.
a little developmental, and sometimes you gotta bring it down a notch.
Yeah.
Know when to bring it up.
Like I said, he's and more often than not, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But there are times when I just kind of shake my head, going, "What?"
And like his first couple weeks, I thought were pretty bad, but lately, I haven't been feeling that.
He's gotten better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now I just need for him to go ahead and have this ROW Kids Camp before my niece turns 16.
They've got a card next week.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but I've seen the promos for it.
Oh. Well, my niece is she's 15 now. She'll be 16 in May, I think.
Yeah.
And she's a huge Sasha Banks fan. Has literally stated she wants to be a pro wrestler, but she's a little soft. So got to find out pretty quickly if she can take a few bumps and keep coming back. I know she can deal with it when her mom whips her ass.
Yeah.
But she didn't have a choice in that one.
Let's see.
Let's see if she can take the pain.
I know it's January 14th.
She can throw up and get back up and keep doing it.
And they're announcing who's going to be on the show. Will Alday, Promise Braxton, Fly Def, Danny B. I mentioned those three because we see them in Inspire. We got an Inspire show next week too. We'll preview that. Hopefully, get Biss on the phone to preview. What are we calling it? I forget.
I was saying I saw
something Roses.
some of your Inspired guys on heard his name on something last week, and I can't remember who it was.
Feeding the Black Roses. Next Thursday at Pinball's Lake Creek location.
Interesting name.
Including, we got from New Japan, Yuya Uemura coming in.
Wow.
He's going to challenge T-Ray for the Pure Prestige title. That'll be fun.
Tell T-Ray no more top rope dives. Dude, that thing where they're
we
roasting
got
Top Dollar
yeah.
the other night. Oh, my. That was
Plus, we got 2 matches
Called
with
top
mystery opponents.
Ooh.
Got Great Scott
Who?
facing a mystery opponent, and then there's a 4-way: Cam Cole, Kiefer Bartek, Great Depression, and a mystery opponent.
Didn't one of the ladies from Inspire have some dark matches with AEW last week or recently? Who was the one with the glasses, the lights?
Vert Vixen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had some dark matches recently.
Yeah, Vert Vixen she's been killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, all over. She's the Defy Women's Champion. Their first women's champion. She has really been killing it, and it would not shock me if she gets signed sometime in 2023.
Yeah.
Which I think that'd be fantastic.
It would be.
So but yeah, we got a pretty good card coming up on January 12th. So plus Biss has to make a big announcement.
Oh.
I know what it is, but I'm not going to say.
Get a banner for the back wall.
That's right. So Drew Gulak.
Tell him now he can have it by next week.
Yeah. So and there's Charlie Dempsey.
What happened to
with
him?
his arm in a sling?
That's new.
Yeah.
So that ruins that storyline.
Yeah. We are going to sign off for now. Thanks to everybody joining us on YouTube and Twitch. Justin may be back with me next week. If he is, we'll be back next week on video. If not, we'll let you know. Stay tuned to all our socials. We'll keep you up posted. But for now, for Eddie, I'm Stu. Thanks so much. Have a great week.
Laters.